Hey everyone, J. Daniel Woodstock here with Woodstock Games. Want to give you an update on the Kickstarter, what's going on with it. It's been a wild couple weeks, and from what we originally started thinking was going to be one way, now we're going to another way. So let me just lay it all out for you. I know it's been a little bit longer than I said I'd do my updates, but I didn't want to do an update where you guys weren't getting any useful information. So here is where we're at. After Trump's tariff war thing going on, we were up to 245 at one point, or maybe it was just 150. Either way, that was taking us into completely ridiculous territory that we weren't sure we were going to be able to move forward with this project. And honestly, after that, there was a couple days of kind of like despondency. We were looking around, we were trying to find if there's any other manufacturer out there we could go through. We had already, when we originally started this process with Dice Fights, we actually started looking with American manufacturers, and it just was not feasible, right? Our Dice Fights game would have been $65, which I love my game, but I don't think people are going to pay that much. So then I heard on some forums that my manufacturer actually may have some facilities in Vietnam that we could potentially have some things made right there. So we reached out to them. We're curious about that. Apparently their facility in Vietnam is very minimal, but we developed a plan. Where we were in the production process before we put a hard pause on all productions after we got to 145% is all of the dice molds were being made. When we stopped production, they told us that a good portion of the molds were done, but some were not, and we were pretty nervous. We're like, okay, so basically all of our money is being used up. Then, after us bringing this up with our manufacturer, the Vietnam and where we were with production, they said, hey, we have a brilliant idea. We think the Vietnam manufacturer can print all of your paper products, the sleeves, everything that is going to be outside of it, the rule book, and we can finish production of the dice and then ship them over to Vietnam, and then we'll finish the process in Vietnam with assembly and with everything, and that would legally make it to be a Vietnam product, and then we can ship it then to us. And the current tariff for that's at 10%, very doable, right? And as of a day or two ago, Trump then said, hey, we're at 30% now, at least for a 90-day period, for us to come to some sort of conclusion with China. So both the manufacturer and us are pretty stoked for that thought process. We are moving forward with production, mainly with just the dice right now to get that done, but we're still holding Vietnam in our back pocket because this all kind of started because I did not take seriously the ability of our beloved president to make rash decisions for negotiating purposes or otherwise. I don't know if it's good or bad. I'm not a politician. I don't know anything about that. So we're keeping Vietnam in our back pocket. We're still moving forward. I think whatever happens, whether it goes back to where it was or it stays at 30%, we have a clear line of success. Unfortunately, this is going to take a little bit longer to fulfill to you guys, and we are trying to nail down a more firm timeline for that. To some of our higher tier backers with the Dice Goblin Emperors and things like that, all of the wooden products, our maker of all of the dice towers as well as the dice arenas is here in the US, and they are working hard on getting that done. And if we don't see a light at the end of the tunnel with the games, we are still very happy to finish those things and ship it to you. That way you don't have to wait for everything to get done, though that would be an extra cost to us. So more information on that later. The mats. The mats are something that is kind of on the back burner of our thoughts because our manufacturer in China can't make those and then send them to Vietnam. That's just dodging tariffs at that point. It would still be a China product even if it was shipped to Vietnam first. But their Vietnam facility doesn't have the ability to make those mats. That being said, I've seen a lot of different sources for different mats and making mats. So I That's not at the top of my worry that way. Dice, on the other hand, is more of a specialty thing. So we're focusing on that. So long story short, TLDR, I'm going to stamp this point right here so you can just jump to it. We are hopeful. We are going to give you a completed game, Dice Fights Healer Steel, as well as the original, and it's going to be spectacular, and we're so excited to get it to you. Okay, have faith, stay the course. Thank you so much for all of your support. Like, share, comment, all that jazz. And we kind of dropped the ball with responding to some comments and some emails. It's not because we don't love you guys. We're just really focusing on communicating with our manufacturers and getting a process in place. We're, yet again, just a two-person team. It's me and my wife, and we are focusing on getting you guys a product. So if the responses and the emails aren't immediate, so sorry. We will get to them. We'll get to you. We love you. We appreciate you. JD out.